You Can't Ever Have My Books, page 35 of Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Banning books can lead to negative effects on society. I have done extensive research on the subject of book banning, and I am very passionate against the banning of books. Banning books has negative effects by causing a loss of access to information, and introducing a rating system for books will still allow access, but at appropriate levels. Only once book bans stop can information be free. Now that I've piqued your interest, let's move into some of the negatives associated with book banning. By banning books, it can change the information that the next generation learns from. According to the American Library Association website, ALA.org, between January 1st and August 31st of 2023, there have been 695 attempts to censor library materials and services and documented challenges to 1,915 unique titles, a 20% increase from 2022. Now imagine that those challenges were banned. That would be 1,915 titles that no one had access to. Here we have two pictures taken at my local bookstore displaying a table filled with books that have been banned in one place or another. Deborah Caldwell Stone, director of ALA's Office for Intellectual Freedom, stated on ALA.org, "This is a dangerous time for readers and public servants who provide access to reading materials. Readers, particularly students, are losing access to critical information, and teachers are under attack just for doing their jobs." Book banning affects more than you may think. According to an article on PEN.org written in September of 2023, efforts to suppress free expression are particularly pervasive in public schools, where coordinated campaigns to restrict freedom to read, learn, and think are affecting students nationwide. I think banning books while children are in school can have unseen effects on generations to come, not only affecting children at the time, but possibly their children as well. The same article on PEN.org states book bans in 2022 and 23 school year affected the works of more than 1,480 creative people. That's 1,207 authors, 268 illustrators, and 14 translators. As you can see, it is not only children, students, libraries, and teachers that are affected by book bans, but also the people involved in creating the books. Banning books takes away our freedoms. Book bans violate the First Amendment because they deprive children or students of the right to receive information and ideas, explained David L. Hudson Jr. in an article on NJSBF.org by Sylvia Mendoza in February of 2023. The First Amendment protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. I believe banning books does violate the rights of authors who wrote the information and of the people who cannot access that information. If a book is banned or suppressed, they're not going to realize that something very important is being excluded from them, says Vamsi Jaluri in a usatoday.com article published in 2023. The First Amendment protects the right to petition the government over grievances. But what if you didn't know that there was a grievance to be had because that information was kept from you? Now that you have an idea of some negatives associated with book banning, let me move into what I think would be an adequate solution. Movies and video day, Movies and video games today have a rating system, so why don't books? Established in 1968, the film rating system provides parents with information needed to determine if a film is appropriate for their children. According to motionpictures.org/film-ratings, their rating system is G for general audience, PG for parental guidance suggested, PG 13 for parents strongly cautioned, R for restricted, and NC-17 for no one under 17 admitted. According to ERSV.org facts page, the rating system was founded in 1994 by the video game industry because parents wanted a rating system that has both age-based categories and concise and impartial information regarding content. The gaming rating system has two more categories compared to movies. They have EC, early childhood, E10 plus, which is everyone 10 years and older. They have M for mature, RP for rating pending, E for everyone, T for teen, and A for adults only. By using the same standards already established by movies and games, you could create a rating system for books. Having a rating system stops a lot of the book banning arguments stating content is not for certain age groups. But instead of banning the book, have it rated so appropriate audiences can still access the information. Using permission slips for teachers may also help. If a student wants access to higher information, by having a parental permission could help alleviate some fear. After hearing the problem of book banning and my potential solution, let us now discuss advantages and disadvantages. Some advantages of using a rating system include the following. One advantage is everyone will still have access to the information, it will just be more closely monitored. Since a rating system is already accepted in movies and video games, creating one for books should also be accepted. It helps alleviate some fear educators may have over teaching materials as long as it's rated correctly or they have parental permission. Like with everything else, there are some disadvantages. People may push for books to be rated higher than needed, effectively limiting access to them. Although rating system may exist, some may not like the rating system in place and try to impose stricter guidelines. Getting parental permission could be time consuming and cause delays in teaching information. Now that I've laid out the problem, my proposed solution, and the advantages and disadvantages, it is time to move into closing. In conclusion, banning books is not an ideal solution. It has shown negative effects by causing a loss of access of information and freedom. But by introducing a rating system for books, it allows access of information, but at appropriate levels. Only once book bans are stopped can information truly be free. Until I feared I would lose it, I never loved to read. One does not love breathing. Harper Lee, Chapter 2, page 20 of To Kill a Mockingbird. Until you lose something or get threatened to lose it, I don't think you can fully appreciate it. That is why there are things you can do to help make sure you never have to worry about if you're able to read any book you wish. You can speak out, get loud about the issue, spread awareness, write letters to your local library, to Congress, just fight back. On this last slide, I urge you to click the link and join the campaign and raise your voice to unite against book bans. Thank you. Have a great day.